Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, I'm your host Brian Lockerman, and today's show is brought to you by Redstone Firearms out of Burbank, California. And today we are giving away a free range day through Redstone Firearms. So if you want to win, please follow us. Be eligible to win the prize. Today I have in the hot seat Jonathan Solomon, the owner of Redstone Firearms. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So give us a little history of Redstone.
So Redstone Firearms started back in 2015. I'm prior military, prior law enforcement, and one of the things that I started with my wife was Redstone Firearms.
Nice.
Mainly because I got tired of paying full price for guns, so I had to figure out how we can get these things discounted.
Yeah.
Started doing transfers out of the house. We were home based.
Oh, okay.
And then one Christmas we looked up and we were like, crap, we got 150 guns, in the house for transfers. So that's kind of how we got started, and it was all downhill from there.
Wow, very good. Now I've been to your store, and it's a very, very nice place. I mean, you got very well stocked. You got a good staff in there. I really do like what you've done to the place.
Thank you.
So besides just your sales of supplies and guns, do you also do any training?
Absolutely. We do training from everything from beginners all the way up to law enforcement. We've trained everybody in between. We do range days 2 to 3 times a month, including the other stuff that we do, the CCW classes, out-of-state classes, all the basic education classes. We do school training, active shooter training, all of that good stuff.
That is so essential what you're doing. That's great. And that's what Open Arms, the show, is all about. We focus on safety.
Absolutely.
We focus on people that are buying their guns to get safety training. That is just like key for that. And it sounds like you guys are doing some great programs up there.
Absolutely. We try. We try to do what we can. Of course, California with the laws, it restricts us.
So I was gonna ask you that. So what have you what a lot of hurdles, right? What's going on with all that?
So one of the things that we're pretty frustrated about is the child safety seminar that we used to host.
Okay.
We can't do that now with some of the new laws that are in place.
Really?
Yeah, because if it's misconstrued as you're advertising weapons to kids, we can then be sued by the state.
You're kidding.
Nope. So that was one of the things that my wife was heading up for a couple of years. We used to do backpack giveaways and things like that, but because of this new law, in addition to other new laws, we can't do that anymore, which is one of the things that we like giving back to the community.
That's unbelievable. I never knew that. That's crazy. One thing I did notice, like the long guns, like your maybe AR-15 platforms, something like that, they're putting this fin thing on them now.
Yep.
What is that?
So that is the quote-unquote California compliant version, right? One of the laws that California passed a few years back was saying that you cannot have a pistol grip that conspicuously protrudes below the action. That is their verbiage, not mine. What manufacturers have had to do is figure out how to make a standard pistol grip not be a standard pistol grip. That's why the fin is on the back of the rifles now.
I gotta tell you right now, I've held one of those things. I think it's more unsafe to have that thing on than it wouldn't have it on.
Absolutely, you lose control of your weapon a lot easier. Yeah, I get the premise that they don't want quote unquote bad guys to have control over their weapons in an active shooter situation.
Yeah.
But the problem is bad guys don't go and check the law before they go out and break the law.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this doesn't affect the bad guys. This only affects law-abiding citizens.
Exactly, which all the laws do. Now, I know California has this thing called a drop test, and is that really stopping you from bringing a lot of handguns into your store?
So we stock weapons for law enforcement, military, and out of state.
Okay, gotcha.
We sell all the time, but for the civilian in California, you are restricted due to the roster. Mm-hmm. The roster is a very cumbersome situation. And what I mean by that is old technology is all that civilians could get in the state of California. So let's liken it to an iPhone 5 to an iPhone, I think we're on 16 now, something like that.
Yeah.
You can only get the iPhone 5 in California, not the iPhone 16 when it comes to weapons. Glock Gen 3s are all civilians can buy in the state of California, not Gen 5, not the MOS versions. None of those things are legal for civilians in the state of California, off the shelf, brand new.
Okay, let me ask you, correct me if I'm wrong. So California makes the gun companies pay this big fee to have this drop test, and the gun companies are saying no more. We're not going to pay you anymore. So therefore, you're not getting our gun. Correct?
That's part of it. That is
Okay.
definitely part of it. One of the other things that California makes them do is the quote unquote micro stamping, which is a big issue right now. It's up for debate right now. I believe the Ninth Court is going to rule on it sometime soon here. Basically, California wants every round, every shell that comes out of your weapon to be micro stamped with the serial number of the weapon. Well, that technology, yes, it exists, but it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
These manufacturers are not going to bring that technology in for one state. We're the only state that requires that.
Yeah. And that's what they're trying to do. The more stuff they put out there, they're not telling you can't bring in, but you have to pay for this.
Right.
They know that the gun companies are going to say, we're not going to do it.
Right.
And that's their whole game plan,
Absolutely.
to limit us to what we can have here. Yeah, I going back to that fin thing, and there's other things too, not just that fin. What else? How about the mag? Is that to be a fixed mag or something like that?
So yeah, depending upon the configuration of your weapon, you have to have a fixed mag.
Mm-hmm.
Juggernaut makes a great kit. It's called the Juggernaut kit, which breaks the action on the weapon. So you can theoretically have a pistol grip, but you have to break the action to release the magazine.
Gotcha.
Before you can reload. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now there was something else. I think this one was federal, I believe, about the braces. Having a brace on a so-called pistol. Did that ever go through?
I believe it did go through. Now I do also believe there's an appeal that's kind of put a stay in place. So we're still kind of up in the air about that as well.
Okay. I know there's so many laws. You have to really stay on top of these things, because I mean, we want to do it the right way. We want to do it legal, but they throw these things out there sometimes, under the radar where you don't even know about it, and there you go. You're now breaking the law, and you don't even know you're doing that.
Inadvertently, you don't even know.
Exactly. That's the thing. So as far as your classes and everything, are they all held at your gun store?
No, not everything is held there. We're partners with Angela Shooting Range. We've been partners with them for years.
Oh, very nice.
So we're on the private range side. So our range days are usually listed on our website. Again, we 2 to 3 times a month right now. Range days and range schedules are pretty tight right now.
Yeah.
And they're only getting worse. So right now, 2 to 3 times a month. Our classroom is at the store. We have a separate side for the classroom.
Good.
But the physical range day shooting is done at Angela Shooting Range.
So do you get a lot of people coming in for the CCW training?
Yes, I would say over the last 2.5 years, we've gotten close to 1,900 people that have come in for that class.
Wow. Now, out of 1,900 people, how many have actually got their CCW?
I would say all but maybe 10.
Really?
Yes.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yep.
Very nice. Oh, it's very good.
And a lot of them are still in process because the process has been spread out over a year.
Yeah, I know that. It's a toughie.
Yeah.
So if people want to come to your class, what is your exact address where you are?
We're at 916 West Burbank Boulevard, Suite X like X-ray. We're actually on the second floor, and we're cat-a-corner from Fire & Line Shooting Range. So Fire & Line is just cat-a-corner from us, and we're in the shopping center.
Yeah, I remember being on the second floor, and I went up to that's great. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys have a great store. I mean, you're well stocked, that's for sure. You're doing a great job. I mean, I see you guys all the time on social media and everything like that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And it's guys like you and me that have to keep the good fight going.
Absolutely.
I do believe in education. I do believe in all this, like we believe in the safety of the family, and we've offered the Second Amendment, of course.
Right.
And we just got to keep that strong. We don't want that to be taken away from us.
Absolutely.
And it's guys like you that I appreciate.
I appreciate you.
Very good. All right. Well, Jonathan, it's been really good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
What I would like to do is definitely have you back for some different topics and things like that. I want to talk to you more too about the show itself. It'd be great to maybe use your place as a hub too, or whatever like that. We got some ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you ever got anything you want to discuss, that maybe they put another law into place that's you're irritated by, you want to come on and talk about it, by all means, please come here.
We'll be here all the time then.
Yeah, right. Well, Jonathan, it's been a pleasure. thank you very much for coming on the show. And again, you can see Redstone Firearms in Burbank, California. And the address is one more time.
916 West Burbank Boulevard, Suite X like X-ray. We're on the second floor.
Beautiful. That's our show for today, guys. Thank you very much. And always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment.